Just give the average Joe an insight of what's it like playing at this level.
Friday night's always been a personal favourite of mine. You've got the long weekend. Everyone's just wanting that release, that stimulation, just to watch a macabre sport of gladiatorial confrontation. And you feed off that as athletes. Like, you love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Hey everyone, welcome to another dropped kickoff, the first dropped kickoff of the year, and what an exciting time to be alive for rugby fans everywhere, but especially in New South Wales, because Nathan, we have had some very exciting, very big news. I believe we are the first rugby podcast to talk about this, but we have very exciting news. Nathan, can you tell everyone what this very exciting news is, or just remind them, because it's fucking good news.
Yeah, let's go with Willa first. Sure, why not? No, good news. Angus Crichton, 2-year deal. He's going to go to the Waratahs from the 2027 season. What's been reported is there's a player option, I think, in place at 2028, but you expect him to probably take that as well. But yeah, big signing for those wondering who Angus Crichton is. One of the best second rowers in rugby league right now. Came off winning State of Origin Player of the Year. Played for Australia and the Ashes in 2025. Just really turned into an absolutely dominating second rower, and probably comes in, plays inside center, and yeah, absolutely huge signing in terms of talent-wise, in terms of markability, in terms of just momentum around the game before this World Cup coming up. Like, it's a really exciting signing, and yeah, just makes the Waratahs even better, which both of us love.
Yeah, that's the most important part. We should talk about the Waratahs first, because they'll get. Well, they won't. Because the way it pans out, right? So he's going to finish the NRL season with the Roosters. Usually getting to the final, so that would be about September. He'll get off rugby league duty. You can easily imagine him now. A bit of an international calendar mix-up at this time. Will the Rugby Championship be taking place then?
Yes. So all the remnants, not the Rugby Championship necessarily, but like your Bledisloe Cup series is starting from October 10th. Yeah, it's like October 10th and 17th. And then after that, you then have the 4 or so games in Europe as part of this Nations Championship.
Right. So he'll probably be drafted into that November squad. From memory, did Swali, did he join at the start of the year, or was it a similar setup for him? He finished his rugby league.
Similar setup. He joined at the end of the league season.
Basically, then ran over.
Came after that.
Yeah. And then did he debut, or was that later?
Yeah, he debuted. He did against England. That was like the
so it was just straight up. Okay.
Yeah, that was like 5 weeks after he played NRL. Like that's what made it so impressive.
Oh, amazing. Well, oh my God, that's exciting. That's even excited me a bit more, Nathan. Yeah, look, he's coming over. You said second rower. For our friends out there, he's kind of, Centerville Williams is the second rower. So let's talk about where they might put him. Centerville went from second rower to inside center. Big, tall, bopper, just offloading ball. Do you think we'll see something similar from Angus Crichton?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's like a theme of rugby league second rowers going straight into the midfield. You look at Ben Teo and Sam Burgess in England, Sonny Bill, as you said, Tepe Maroa, Waratahs great. He went straight to the centres in the second row. Look, this is, for those unfamiliar with his background as well, this inside centre was also what he played growing up. Like, he played Aussie schoolboys for, I think it was 2014 or 2015. It was one of the two. I think he was in an Australia A side in 2014, and then 2015 played schoolboys. Both those years won the GPS title with Scots at 12. Like, that's his natural position. That's where he's played in the past. So you expect him to fit in there. And even like the way the Waratahs roster lines up right now, you just see 12 being that best fit for him. When you consider you probably have Sulia at 13 and all the sort of outside backs that they have, it just makes the most sense.
Yeah, it is very exciting times. I'm so excited about this. I'm so unbelievably excited because I'm thinking, and I said this in the chat, Nathan, and I forgot one big name which you pointed out, but I'll read out my my backline as I had it. I had Tape 9, right? This is a potential first 15 backs.
2027 World Cup.
2027 World Cup. Yes. Tape 9, Gordon 10. In centres, Ikitau. Sorry. So Crichton, then Ikitau. So Ikitau can go back to being 13. Then in the wings, Swaliti, who are now called Jojo. I think it's far more fitting.
Jojo.
Josu. Jojo, it sounds like a Brazilian import. Jojo on the wing, Jorgensen on the wing, and right at fullback. And then Nathan, you added the Marky Mark will probably also be in the picture then. So that is a very, very exciting looking backline. Clearly, the biggest question mark is on fly half, as it has been for the last 5 years and will be for the next 5 years. That's so bloody exciting, Nathan. I'm tearing my hair out.
Can I throw a suggestion for fly half to make this all work? Tom Wright, fucking balls to the wall. Let's just go all out attack and just basically play Eddie Jones's wet dream of just like hit the ball up, attacking, no kick. Oh, sorry, Michael Checker's wet dream. No kicking, just running from our own 22. Give it to all our weapons and just hope for the best. Straight vibes football. I'm down for that. Like if we haven't got a 10 by that. But it does bring an interesting question up, right? Because even still on the sort of second tier of that, there's your Peaches, your Potters, Dungunus. What do you do?
So much
do you
depth.
get so much depth? Do you then all of a sudden get rid of this Suli Ikitau partnership that has worked in the past and throw him to wing or fullback where I don't know if he plays there for the Waratahs. I think he probably moves to 13 given what their roster looks like this year. So are we giving up on him at 13? There's a lot of questions that this still opens that we don't know about. And there is one concerning thing that I can't get out of my head. And I hope this isn't the case. And I'm going to say it out loud just to sort of jinx it.
Yeah.
What if the Roosters go, you know what? You've taken Marky, you've taken Angus, we've taken Jorgo. And then we've done all this and just lost Jorgo because the Roosters now have money because they're not paying Crichton or Marky Mark.
Well, I mean, the fallacy of your argument is that money is everything. And I
hope it's not
the case. I mean, imagine it's like leaving the party at 9 p.m. if you go to the Roosters, right? World Cup year.
Yeah, that's valid. And this idea of
great.
Money is everything. Marky's going to go sign in Japan for $1 million a year.
Yeah.
Money is everything for him.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it's a mercenary game. That's why Zach Lomax didn't join the Brumbies or the Western Force. They care about money. That's it.
Well, I mean, not all of them, Not all of them.
I hope they care about a World Cup as well. I really do. But the reality is,
I think that's a huge part of it. Like it's you get to this stage as a footballer because you're an very intense person, and you want to win, you want to achieve. Like you can't really coast on a natural talent anymore, as they used to back in the day. But as part of that is to prove yourself. I think that's a real driver. And I'm sure this is for not all of them, right? Some of them are just kind of happy to earn lots of money and not really challenge themselves. But I think a lot of them are. And I think that's a huge part of it too. You get, and I think they're beginning to see it. I mean, Marky Mark goes over and carves NRL. And I think, he goes out and goes, you know what? Like, I've done everything here. He's going to get selected for the Blues this year. But I think the pinnacle is the Springboks are a better team than any team in rugby league,
A World Cup is a lot bigger than a League World Cup. Like, you look at that Ashes, and that was for the rugby league, and that was billed as their big thing. All right, well, Twickenham holds 82,000. Cardiff holds 50, 60. Murrayfield holds a similar amount. Stade de France holds 80. Like, that's more than what they were getting at those games. And that's just for random internationals. It's a different level when it comes to international game. And you're right. The only thing I'd be missing is the premiership.
Yeah.
And a lot with Mark. I want to say this point because let's tick this off while we're coming through as well. There are so many league people who are saying, "Oh, he'll be done with the World Cup and then he's coming back home." You really think he's getting somewhere close to $1 million a year in league for the Roosters?
Yeah.
God, no. The Roosters 100%. Are going to have all the talent in the world. They're not paying a winger more than 600, 700K. Like, can you imagine how good Mark Nzuasa is going to be in Japan? He's a foot taller than them and can jump 2 feet higher than them. You get a half-decent 10 on that team, and it's the under-12s all over again. He'll just dominate them and earn a mozza. So why would you leave?
Yeah. No, absolutely. But I think, look,
like, have you watched one more point. Have you watched Sami Karevi in Japan lately? Sami Karevi, who was not at, he'd probably admit as well, not at his best when he came back for Australia the last 2 or 3 years. He skittles people. Like, Mark's similar size. Honestly, I will pay Japanese license just to watch him cook the Japanese. anyway, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, no, totally. I think just to kind of go back to our point. I think a lot of the reason why a lot of these guys are choosing Japan is because it's a lot closer to Australia. I think, if you talk about motivations, where you're going to go, it's family as well, especially as you get older. I have to uproot the kids, or my missus has always just done what I've done, and now I'm getting a bit older in my career. I want to, be at home more, for example. I think there's a lot of drivers there. A lot of drivers. It's not just money. But speaking of Japan and the money, one great thing this Crichton news has given me is a chance to give shit to the local league fan in my workplace. So he was like, off the Marky Mark news, $1 million for a winger is a lot. And I'm like, well, it's Japan, a completely different market. And I was telling him about it's that rugby league mentality, or $1 million's a lot for a winger. And I was telling him about, Japan, it's a bit different. Like, the Japanese players on the team, if they're not national, are just guys who work at the company.
Yeah. Which
is fantastic energy, But fuck, the Angus Crichton news was great. I was just like, suck it, Pat. Yeah. Suck it.
Eat
suck
shit.
It. Yeah, and I was doing the old, if you're familiar with Kingdom of Heaven, Saladin goes, what does it mean? And he goes, nothing. And he turns around and goes, everything. He does that little fist. I was doing that all days. Pat, take that.
Even in my office, I loved it because, like, I'll give an insight in the dynamic of, like, you can tell something's happening because, like, big dogs go chatting. Basically, I think I get in the calls from journos being like, hey, like, this is coming out. Have you got a statement or whatever? Is it wrong? So the first time I saw it was honestly, it was you putting it in our group chat being like, Crichton's gone here. Just sitting, and then you have that brief 15, 20 minutes where you're sitting back and going, this is beautiful. This is just lovely. And then it goes around the office. Somebody's seen it, and there's, again, loud enough people in our office where you're like, Angus Crichton, what? And everyone starts looking like my direction. Is it true? Is it true? Well, I don't know. Yeah, I think if it's people I trust, yeah, I'm guessing it's true. And then we confirm it, and then all of a sudden the buzz goes around because, yeah, the reality is everyone, like, as much as the league people don't want to associate with union because, I don't know, they're pricks about it or something, there are so many union people who are league fans as well. So they know the talent that Angus is. They know what he can bring. So there's genuine excitement around. And honestly, that's what you need in a World Cup year. You need momentum. You need moments like this. Not a World Cup year, a World Cup build-up. Moments like this where you can start getting talent in and start forecasting future. We start putting together backlines like that makes us go into a dark room for a couple of minutes just to relieve ourselves.
Yeah.
And you start building that, I want to say hope, but it's delusion. But delusion is fun. Delusion keeps you going. It keeps you sort of motivated and thinking that everything's going to be all right when nothing tells you it is in our past history. So you need moments like this.
Yeah,
like
you do.
I love the fact that, it comes at a perfect time when there is not much doing. Like, yeah, I'm a tennis fan. I enjoy it. But the reality is there's nothing going on in the league right now. There's not much going on in cricket. So this becomes the big story. All of a sudden it's January and we're as a code dominating the headlines. That's a huge win.
Yeah, you say that there's not a lot going. In AFL, they're going on about this guy who slept with his missus's wife.
Oh yeah, that's just
that's what
tabloid
they're
stuff,
scrambling for.
Yeah.
You've got NRLW. It's great to see a bit of gender equality there with a bit of stalking.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
Coming from one of their players, which is fantastic.
I mean, even still, you have NRLW trying to poach our talent without them signing contracts and all of a sudden announcing them when they hadn't joined. Old Levi sisters.
Oh yeah, okay.
So nice little. No, I love the outrage around that. They're going. Well, have they signed anything yet? Has it been announced yet? No one asked the question.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely, man, it's such great news. I don't know if you know that meme of Trump holding his left ear with his finger, like pushing it forward, as in to, speak a bit louder. That was definitely today.
I did the Jose Mourinho, like double hands the ear, like respect.
Oh man,
turns the camera.
Yeah. Who do you think you are? I am. That's the energy we have today.
Pete Weber,
man, it's just. I mean, me, and a friend of the show, Jared. Obviously, we worked together, and we went out for a walk and a coffee to discuss the exciting news. I had a spring in my step. Nothing could bring me down today, Nathan. The saying is, they're calm. We're calm. They're nervous. They're nervous. We're calm. And they are still nervous, Nathan. But I'm excited. I'm excited for the future, and I'm excited to think. Who else wants to come? Come on, come all. Payne Haas. What are you doing?
Nathan Cleary. What are you doing?
Nathan Cleary.
Isaiah Katoa.
Yeah, just come. Cameron Munster. You're probably a private school boy.
Ryan Papenhausen, you're doing nothing right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, how's an A going? But yeah, and speaking of which, it's who do you want next? Let's talk delusion, Nathan. Fuck systems, fuck the Brumbies and their systems and their title-winning ways. I'm all about delusion. Who else can come to the Tahs?
Well, we still need a 10, so, I mean, if we can't get Nathan Cleary, Isaiah Katoa, great shout. But Callum Pong can probably play 10. I know he wants to play for the All Blacks, but
the ABs. Yeah,
we can tie him down. We can throw him enough money. Who's another 10 that I want that we could get from league? Who'd be a good one? I mean, like I'm not even 10s, but just give me Payne Haas. I love Payne Haas. Cam Murray and Angus Crichton, the centers. We'll take that. Anyone else coming to mind for you?
I always thought Burton would be a great rugby league player.
Oh yeah,
because he's got a
That's
boot.
A good shout.
I was having this is my hot take, right? And hot. This is hot. And if anyone watches league more than I do, I'd like your opinion. But I always thought out of the two back in the Panthers days, I'd probably want Luai more than Cleary. And the reason I say that is Cleary is he's really good in his system. But Luai, for me, is more heads-up kind of play. Like, granted, Cleary had that blinder of a grand final, right? That's all-time great kind of gear, that.
Yeah.
When he won it for the Panthers against Brisbane. But in the Origin, the Queenslanders were doing a rush defense, and it was all out of ideas. You know what I mean? Whereas I think Luai is a better broken play kind of general.
I can't get behind this, but I appreciate the hot take. Like, Cleary is just somebody who, like, that kicking game, that control in terms of playmaking is just something.
The kicking game is nuts. It's all time. It's up there with, like, Finn Russell's kicking game.
Yeah. Jerome Luai is more of a game manager, in my opinion, and we have enough of those.
Yeah, fair. Oh my God, exciting. Who do you want from rugby league? The open checkbook. And maybe let's chuck in a Raiders player there, so the Brumbies can get someone.
Kay Weeks played schoolboys, engaged to Matty Ashby. Like, you're basically halfway there already. Just come.
Just come. Maybe just Ricky Stewart. What are you doing? Come back.
Play smart. You'll be fine. We make a halves pairing of Ricky Stewart and Bernie Larker. Just see what could have been.
Yeah, just try not to get yourself involved in any defamation fights. I can't remember the comments, but he made some comments about a Sharks player. And he got sued for defamation.
Your Bulldogs player called him was it Bulldogs? Yeah, Bulldogs called him a weak-gutted dog.
Mm. Oh, rugby league circles. Oh, you can't be a dog.
No, you can't be weak. You can't be gutted.
Yeah.
Both bad.
Yeah. So anyway, Nathan. Speaking of being the famous phrase, "They're nervous, we're excited." I'll tell you who is pretty nervous right now, and it's the fucking Kiwis. It's Finn Bloody Morton. Quaking in his little boots.
He's an Australian fan, so he doesn't count.
Oh, now he says.
He wants to claim the All Blacks. He's a secret
Aussie. Aussie.
Yeah, Aussie.
I'm a fan of Aussie. Nathan, look, because we're an Australian podcast, we don't really want to talk about things going outside, except if it's about Georgia, our favourite team. DKO's very own Georgia, but we don't talk about the Kiwis. But I feel we've got to, because Nathan, speaking about weak-gutted dogs, they've sacked their little razor clam.
Gone. Yeah, they are. Some sad breakdancing in Christchurch.
Yeah,
just sad.
a little. Do you reckon, when he left, when he got sacked, the players made him dance one more time? Squeal, Biggie, squeal.
Dance for us.
Yeah. Can you? There's a bit more come out about it. Can you explain it all to us afresh?
Basically, my understanding. This came out. This felt like it just came rapidly. That's what she said. Basically, what occurred was there was a report in the New Zealand Herald that essentially Razor had lost the dressing room or lost the players' support. There was a lot of incidents during that spring tour where they believed that they weren't looking for guidance from him and just couldn't get it tactically. A lot of talk about him being very hands-off and certain people not knowing what he actually did around the group with all those assistants. This was an assistant group that had changed a lot since he'd been brought in as coach after that 2023 World Cup. You look at Leon McDonald, I think Jason Holland, I think is the name, the Hurricanes guy that's now gone back. Both of those very high-profile assistants that couldn't work under Razor. And, yeah, that tension was there with the players, and it was with one of his assistants. It felt like it was one of his big assistants as well. It was Robertson and Steve Hansen, I believe his name is. Or Scott Hansen, one of the two. It's the names.
Yeah, not to be confused with the other Steve Hansen.
Yes, Scott Hansen. That's what it is. That those two had sort of got the players offside, yet Razor goes and it appears that Hansen will stay. So, yeah, it's an interesting move. I think it's the first time in close to 20 years an All Blacks coach has been sacked in this manner. Like, generally it's, contracts not renewed type stuff, and he'll still go down as one of the better coaches that they've had. Like, they lost 3 games last year. Yeah. I think it was one of those ones. I think Wasilio had put on a group chat, "Oh no, the All Blacks will be better again." And my response was, "They still swept us. Like, they're still amazing with him as coach." So it just tells you, one, the expectations of the All Blacks is like no other, and that's what comes with a brand like this. And secondly, just how influential player power is, because part of this report was that Adi Savir was willing to stay in Japan or take a deal in Europe because he didn't want to essentially work under Scott Robertson.
It's crazy. And, even Richie Mo'unga now, I don't know, so Richie Mo'unga was killing it for the Crusaders under Scott Robertson. And then he went to Japan by the time Scott Robertson became coach. And there was talks that, the All Blacks were going to do a Giddo rule, basically, so Scott Robertson could get Mo'unga back from Japan. But now Mo'unga said, "I think my time's done."
Well, I'm not sure. I think he's coming back, so I think he's saying he's coming back to New Zealand. But there was also
yes, Nathan.
I'm just trying to read. I think that was Brodie Retallick that said that he was done. That his time is done to be in New Zealand. Well, Mo'unga, I'm trying to find the quote. I can't find the quote, but Mo'unga essentially said that he was committed to whatever coach is in charge. There was also tidbits that the fact that Robertson kept saying, "Oh, we got Richie coming back. We got Richie coming back," actually really pissed off Bowden and Dave McKenzie. You know, two of the best tens in the world, who are all of a sudden hearing, "Yeah, you're good, but our true guy's coming back." So, yeah, get out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he's coming back, but it'd be such a good twist because I think what it would mean, if my maths is correct, he'd be eligible for Samoa this year.
Yeah,
Given
I think
the
that's
last time he played was the World Cup in October. So if they pissed him off to an extent that he goes and plays for Samoa, that would be so game changing and also so funny as an Australian.
Yeah, I hope Valentine Holmes is in his ear, because I think Valentine Holmes was the first kind of big so-called defector from Australia.
Tamalolo was the big one.
Tamalolo, that's it. Yeah.
That was the guy that kind of created this revolution of going back to the Pacific Islands and properly embracing what it means to play for them.
Yeah. So hopefully it's a bit of a Tamalolo effect on that, Nathan. It's really surprising. They haven't announced who's going to take over. It would be funny if it's Joe Schmidt, who also didn't want to work with Scott Robertson. And I hope
it's not. I really hope.
But on the other hand, he's probably seeing this Crichton news and going, "Honey, look at this backline.
Look at all this talent."
Yeah. Sorry, got to go back.
It'll be Jamie Joseph if I had to make a pick. That seems like the natural pick in terms of the person who's been earmarked to take over for the All Blacks for some time now and take that step into a tier 1 international role. Sorry, Japan. Tony Brown was the other one as an assistant, but it seems like Rassie's learned how to use AI and made himself into the Leo DiCaprio. I'm not fucking leaving. So that's more concern for me. Is Rassie now knows how to use AI? This is something which I don't think is talked about enough. We're all fucked when it comes to the back half of the year, because if he's planning stuff in AI, the memes are going to be very spicy and they're going to be very, very interesting if they lose. Again, expect the moral of that. Jamie Joseph, pretty short odds favourite to be All Blacks.
Is Tony Brown coming back?
Probably not. I mean, I think he wants to, but I don't know if the South Africans will let him out of his contract. He has turned that team around in terms of just finding another gear in their attack and making them even more dominant. It's like that episode of The Simpsons where Homer's fighting the robot and they've done the game planning on the robot and they've found the weak spot. And as they go to the robot fight, they've just reinforced it, and now the weak spot's their biggest spot. So that's basically Tony Brown to the Springboks, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense, Nathan.
Good. You're cultured, I see.
Okay, I think that's about it. I'm just fantastic news.
We're back slightly earlier than we expected, but yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, great news. And just one thing I just haven't mentioned. I mean, geez, it's exciting. And the talent is in Australia. As soon as this signing's made, the talent is here. We've just got to sign them up before they go to rugby league.
Yeah, that's the challenge, and that'll always be a challenge. Because there are 18, you're essentially going to have 18 teams compared to 4. They can hold more talent on the weekend. You've just got to pick the right ones and make sure those blue chip prospects don't leave.
Yeah, totally. Well, thank you for coming on, Nathan. I'm so very excited.
It's always a pleasure, particularly when we have good news.
Yeah, we just out to our fans out there. We did try to get a special guest on this podcast, but alas, the timing of this, we are just too on the ball, Nathan. We are too passionate about our podcast. Too locked in. Exactly. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. I didn't really say it at the start, but it's been me, Nick H., the good-looking one, and big Nathan Williamson. We will maybe have a pod for a preview. We don't really know. We're a mess of an organisation.
Probably.
Except for today. But we'll talk to you soon.
We'll commit to a pod. We'll commit to some kind of pod.
And
Don't
if
know
you
what it's
guys
gonna
don't know
be.
it, the first game's on the 13th of February. All right. That's right, Nathan. 12th?
13th, you're right.
Yeah, the only team that matters for us. Oh, on the 4th, so they can get a shout out.
Oh,
all right.
Before we leave, wait. Before we leave, thoughts on the punch up?
Oh, yes, okay. Look at these other coward teams not built living daylights at each other at training. Angus Scott Young came back down from Queensland, thought he'd get a quick little ride through, and, Amatazero said, nah, put him up, cunt, put him up.
Who are you, mate?
But yeah, crazy news breaking your teammates' eye socket. That's fantastic energy.
My point on this is it's insane how many people who like have that. I feel like 90% of response have been like, finally the Waratahs has shown some fight. He just fucking assaulted somebody. he hit him 3 times. Angus Scott Young has then walked over to, I'm guessing, resolve the issue, or still firing, and then fired 2 more shots at him.
Yeah,
that's not okay. I don't care if it's rugby or whatever. This should. Oh, it happens in hockey. It happens in this sport. That's not okay. Why are we doing this? This is not a sign that the Waratahs are back. The sign is that we've signed Crichton and all these good players, not the fact that one guy has fractured another dude's eye socket. What is happening? Why is this? Why does everybody think that was a good thing?
I mean,
sorry, that's been. Look, if the results turn around, we can't not say it was the punch that did it. If the Waratahs all of a sudden make the finals, we'll come back to this point and say, you know what, that's what we're missing, and we'll have mandated punch ups in pre-season heading forward. But God, I mean, the fact that that's the way we're wired these days is that anytime that like a rugby code has a punch up during training, it's the boys. They're just looking to hit somebody else that's not their teammate. They're just trying to get that aggression out, and you're like, is this insane world? What's happening?
No, I disagree. I like a bit of violence personally. I want my men to be men, Nathan. This podcast's taken a new conservative turn. Invade Greenland. Replace Greenland with Waikato, and replace invade with relocate to Parramatta. I'm all for Trump invading Greenland. All right. Thanks everyone for joining our little pod. I am very excited. So is Nathan. Nick Vasiliev is a bit scared of the Waratahs' return to dominance. And also shout out to Karama, who is also coming to the Waratahs. This is Waratahs pod. When Nick's not here, we can do what we like. Don't we, Nathan?
He saw the light. He saw the light.
Yeah, he did, and he stayed away from this one. All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. We will talk to you very soon on another pod. All right. Until then, cheers. Bye-bye.
We've got another week to get back on the horse and take that horse to the water, and you can ask that horse, you can say, hey horsey, do you want to have a drink or do you want to swim? And it's up to that horse to then realise what he wants to do in his life. So we're looking forward to, like I say, getting back on that horse.
And are you looking forward to getting back on the horse 6 months since we last saw you?
I don't like horses, I can't ride.
Give myself an uppercut.